More than anything, a Kundalini awakening is going to require us to let go. Let go of things that we've held on to for too long. Let go of crutches. Let go of bad habits. In general, revitalizing our life is really why this is happening. Transforming our being to be able to contain a higher frequency of energy is why this is happening, to expand our consciousness. And while we may all like the idea of expanding our consciousness and having a bigger vision and comprehensive ability of the world around us, we're not going to like it when it starts happening, because we hold on deeply to who we think we are. The most painful part of a Kundalini awakening is that it becomes undeniably clear how real we aren't. And the truth of the matter is, all of our problems would be solved if we just realized that we actually don't exist at all. This I that we think we are, this person that we cling to, this person that we think we know so well that acts this way and does this, and they think this about this person, and this person has this hang up, and I know myself. But what self are you talking about? Because if you knew yourself, you would be liberated. The only thing we have to do is let go of the false persona that we cling to. This body, this name, this face, these words are all Maya. None of it is real. The sound of my words has a more powerful effect on the listener than the actual words themselves. The more subtle we become, the more closer we get to the source and the silence, the more truer the experience. But in this world of gross manifestation and density, everyone taking everything at face value, everyone thinking they are their body, and even when they say they know they aren't, everyone acts as if they believe it. And we live in fear over keeping our body, fear over keeping our husband's body, fear over keeping our house, fear over keeping our job, and we run around trying to solve our problems. And the problems we're trying to solve are the problems of me. But because I'm not real, I can never solve my problem. I can only make the groove deeper. Because I believe in this me. And this me has caused me nothing but pain, because whatever you think you've solved always comes back around to get you. For everybody, there is no way out of this mess that we're in called samsara, this playground of learning, this crazy house, until we let go of the fact that this is all a grand illusion and none of this is real. Everybody around us, we think we know who they are, we think we know what they look like, but the truth is we see them because we're projecting onto them a part of ourselves. And we make them who they are to us, not because that is who they are, but because that is what we have created them to be. Our mind is doing everything. But we have to use the mind to conquer the mind. And the only way we can use the mind to conquer the mind is to learn the tools and to learn how the mind works. The only way we can use the mind to conquer the mind is by doing spiritual practices that allow us to connect the problems that we have, especially during a Kundalini awakening, are only problems because we believe that we are real. The Kundalini awakening is all about erasing who we think we are. It is all about ripping our personality away from us so that we can find out what's left. And that can be a terrifying process. This process is profoundly liberating because our true self is pure joy, love, consciousness, bliss. However, we're not there yet, and so we cling to everything we think makes us who we are. And as the Kundalini energy rises, it keeps testing us, it keeps challenging us, it keeps pushing up against the wall to show us this is not who you think you are, however proud you are, however many days of fasting you've done, however many hours you've meditated. It's all Maya. It's not real. There's nobody to be proud of. There is nothing out there but projection and illusion. The truth is that we do not exist. There is light. There is consciousness. There is this personality with this mind and this idea of a separate self, of me. And this idea of me is what has caused 100% of the problem. Because if there wasn't this me, with all these memories and all these things that have happened, there would be nothing to solve. There would just be consciousness and light itself, which is all-pervading love. But our mind is solving it. We've got problems. I've got this karma I need to overcome. Do you really think that you can get to the bottom of all your karma? If what they say is true and that we've had millions of lives, do you really think that there's like this sheet out there where like, check, 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 whoops, last little karma. Okay, I'm good to go, liberation. No. There's no way we can ever get to the bottom of balancing those scales. What has to happen is we have to awaken to the fact that none of it was real in the first place. The only thing that keeps us bound to our karma is the idea that we have karma, the idea that this happened to me, the idea that there is a me, there is no me. And I can be free and get some relief when I can finally get to that space of there's no me. And how we get to that space is over and over again. We do the practices that remind us and that make us feel the truth of who we actually are, beyond the body, beyond the thoughts, beyond the emotions that wrap around the thoughts and get our body all churning. Beyond all that is the light and the love of the true, immortal, eternal, and endless self, aware and conscious of all. All that is what we are. But we feel bound to this separate form. And this separate form has a lot of suffering and a lot of hang-ups and needs to do this and needs to do that and has this karma and this is this and this and I need to solve this and make it better and I need to attain this and I need to get this and I've got these chips on my shoulder and I got these people who did me wrong. And as long as we keep playing into this insanity, we will never escape the realm of samsara. The moment we're able to understand that there is no me, I'm depressed. But who is depressed is the question. Me, I'm depressed. But who are you? What are you? And you keep going back. And the more you do it, the more it makes sense. This me that's so important is the me that I need to awaken from, because it's a dream, it's an illusion. It's all an illusion. And our mind is creating everything we're experiencing, and our mind is creating our karma. We use the mind to conquer the mind. The more powerful your mind, the more busy your mind, the more you need to use your mind in a useful way by overcoming your mind, by understanding that these thoughts going on are creating a lot of things that you're having to deal with, but these thoughts aren't real. And we attach to them like they're real, and we attach the thought to the person that did this, to what I need to do. I'm a loser, I'm ugly, I'm old, I'm this, I'm that. And then we perpetuate the cycles of these beliefs that our thoughts are generating about who we are, and we keep this false self as solid as possible, and then we die and we come back and we do it some more. We do the spiritual practices to go deep within ourselves. Meditating isn't something you do separate from everything else. It is a way of life that we need to practice in order to cultivate, because it is where we are coming from, the place we are coming from, the place from which we are looking and experiencing this reality that we are now born into because of past karma, so that we can use this lifetime to understand that it was all an illusion. Death is an illusion. The only thing that dies is me, who is the thing that isn't even real or here. But if you feel your body and go deep into your body, you will understand that there is an energy there. This energy that's rising, this Kundalini energy, this energy of life, this energy of you, this energy of pure divinity, doesn't look like anybody. It looks like nobody. It is everybody and nobody all at once. So when we can get over ourselves, but not just kind of, but like from a real perspective, what we see is not seen through the eyes of my projection, but from the eyes of awareness, then we are the embodiment of divinity, because we are the embodiment of all that is, and we are one with all that is, because we aren't separating ourselves from what is by the imagination that I am me. And while we function in the world and it appears that we are a separate being, we don't have to come from that place and cause ourselves more and more unnecessary pain and dig deeper ruts for ourselves. During a Kundalini awakening, you are asked to give up the me. You are asked to give up the self. And wherever you're at in that process, however long it takes, that will be the only end result for all of us. So are you ready for that?